All right, we are done the second half of the RuPaul's Drag Race premiere. We got to meet 6 new queens. Tonight, we had Aiden Zane, who is a little queen from the middle of nowhere, Georgia, that has to be the biggest underdog of the season and someone I will definitely be rooting for. Seems like Aiden doesn't have the level of experience or polish that all our other queens do. And I really hope that Aiden can learn a lot, grow, and improve as the season progresses. And I will definitely be rooting for Aiden. Also, was a pretty big fan of Jan right out of the gate. Her initial joke of the Fergie NBA All Star game maybe whooshed a little bit over the top of all the other queens' heads, but I just really like Jan's energy. Seems like just a positive, fun person, and very excited to see what she does this season. Rock'em Sakura was another person I was very excited by. Just seems like a queen who is going to bring a lot of different looks and different things to the table as the season progresses. And I just feel like every additional week with Rock'em Sakura that we get is just another time that she is going to put a smile on our faces. My least favorite queen right out of the gate was Sherry Pie. I wasn't down with her vibe, wasn't down with her look, just not my cup of tea. And then, as we all learned during the commercial breaks, that RuPaul's Drag Race has eliminated her from the competition due to some actions outside of the competition, and Sherry Pie will not be part of the grand finale when they go to air or record it later this spring. So let's jump into the episode. We started off with a fashion show. We had the same as last week, all the queens doing a spring and fall look. I thought that everybody's spring looks were really on point. I was getting lots of spring vibes, and then we got to fall, and the first 2 looks that walked down the runway looked like funeral attire, and I'm thinking, what on earth? Like, the idea wasn't, hey, just wear whatever the hell you want. And it seems like some of the queens really just did that and got away with it. So I'm not sure what was going on there, but I don't always associate funerals with fall. I believe they do happen year round and aren't limited to one season of the year. So yeah, I think there should be some points knocked off of certain people for not following the challenge, okay? Next up, we had our choreography. Similar to last week, we had a much different vibe on the song. This one was a little more Broadway. Last week was a little more Nicki Minaj, and we had like almost identical story to last week. The choreography was a disaster while they were preparing, and we had Jada filling the Brita role from last week where she just complained. And it seemed like that everything was going downhill, everything was going to be a disaster. And then what happens? Amazing performance. I thought all the queens did a fabulous job at the You Don't Know Me choreography with all their little songs. And it's like, why? Like, why did it seem like such a disaster? And then comes off so amazing. Whatever. Next up, we had our runway. Sherry once again failed to impress me. Not sure what her look was. Anyone with the material and any sort of thread and needle could have put together her outfit. I just thought everyone else like really went for it, and then she just phoned it in. And then I was just shocked to find out Sherry is one of our top 2 for the week. I was really blown away because I had her pegged as right at the bottom. I don't get it. There obviously is something there that I am not seeing. I will say Jan was probably my favorite on the runway. Dahlia Sins was also right up there. I thought both of them kind of took a little different direction than everybody else. They stood out in the lineup of all the people on the runway, and to me that's sort of one thing you want to do. You want to be the one that everyone's looking at. So we got down to Jada and Sherry as our top two. We have the lip sync battle. Sherry kind of shuffled around for 2 minutes while Jada went for it. I think that Sherry had one little funny moment where the music kind of did its breakdown and she did a little dance. But that was it. Sherry, I'm not buying what you're selling. So that's it. My final thoughts, I will be cheering for Aiden. I'm just excited to see how much she is going to improve and grow over the course of this season. Somebody who has some talent but has really never been taught anything and is on this huge stage. I really want to see what happens there. I think Jan is my early season favorite. Just seems like Jan is bringing a little bit of everything to the table, and what she's bringing is better than a lot of the other queens. And on top of it, Jan might be more attractive out of drag than in drag. That is crazy. That was a very pretty man underneath all that makeup. Okay, we're gonna jump into the Sherry Pie stuff now. So if you don't want to hear about it, make sure you click away right now. But if you do want to get a little bit more dirt on what happened with Sherry, I'm going to jump into that now. So several actors have come forward as having been catfished by Sherry Pie pretending to be a fake casting director. Some of the reports are saying that Sherry had them do some rather inappropriate things during their casting, and some lines were crossed in the fake castings. So I'm very glad that RuPaul's Drag Race has come out strongly and firmly against the actions of Sherry Pie, and I'm glad that she's been removed from any further ongoings with the show. And all I gotta say is good riddance, Sherry Pie. You are not my favorite, and I won't miss you. So that's it. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. We'll be covering lots of reality shows on this channel. I'm doing The Bachelor, Survivor. I just wrapped up Love is Blind. I might even drop some Project Runway to close out the season that's currently on. So if you're into that stuff, I really appreciate if you checked out some of my other videos as I release them. And anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you later.